What's going on YouTube? It's your boy JT, James, Junior. A lot of people know me from a few different names, whatever you want to call me. I'm gonna be starting YouTube. It's something I've thought about doing. Wasn't really serious, but a lot of my friends have kind of pushed me. A lot of my peers have suggested it, and I've kind of gotten this throughout life a lot. And no, I don't know everything. I'm not right about anything. This is honestly going to be my opinion and how I feel about certain situations. And I really want a lot of feedback from you all. I want to know what you think and why you feel the way that you feel about a lot of topics. And this is just going to be one of those YouTubes that talk about a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't like to discuss. It's going to be some uplifting vlogs. It's going to be some motivational. It's going to be some real serious vlogs that a lot of people don't like to discuss in topics. And I really, feel that this should be done in some type of way. And it's just really for me. I like to express myself through these type of topics because I'm very passionate about it. But a lot of people don't like to discuss these topics. It makes them feel uncomfortable. A lot of people get offended. But I really want to hear what y'all have to say. I want to hear the feedback. I'm very open-minded. I like to hear things from other perspectives and, see why people think and feel the way that they feel. Excuse the roughness. It's no shade November, so I'm participating in that. I'm in my semi-truck, a drive truck, so if you want to know what's behind me, that's what that is. But my first topic is going to be self-love. And I feel that a lot of people really lack self-love. Don't get me wrong, I feel like a lot of us love ourselves, but the value and true meaning of self-love, I feel that a lot of people really lack that. And that's just something I want to talk about. I want to start off talking about self-love because I've experienced self-love and it really changed me. When I first experienced it and reached out and, went to pursue self-love was after my last breakup. It didn't end the way I wanted to end it. I wouldn't say that it was necessarily bad. It just was bad to me because that was supposed to be my last relationship. I was really done looking. But after that relationship, I took some time to myself. I got to really know and love myself. Something that I never did because ever since high school, I've been in a relationship, basically like back to back. I never really was single. So I said, after that last breakup, I'm gonna really take some time to myself. And that's what I did. What I did was I started spending time alone, started taking myself out. I've never really been around a lot of people. I've kind of been a loner, so it wasn't that hard. But I spent more time with myself, learning what makes me happy, what agitates me, what really bothers me, what really wasn't that bad, what things that maybe I blown up that wasn't that serious, or just a lot of general things that we don't take time to think out day to day because it's what makes you you. And we can tend to get in the mindset of, oh, this is just me. But honestly, everybody has room for growth. And this is just me is really a toxic mindset. So I just want to touch on some of those topics. First, I want to really touch on spending time alone. I know a lot of us really are scared to be alone. Like, there are really a lot of us that's naturally scared to be alone. And it's not a bad thing. Like, it's far from being a bad thing because the more time you spend alone, the more time you have to think. And what I mean by that is what I stated earlier. You get to think and you get to realize, does this really make me happy? Have I done this in the past just to please other people? Is this something I really wanted to do? Or am I just doing this because of an image? Does it really makes me happy? Because at the end of the day, only you can make you happy. Like, no person, no thing, nothing can make you happy. You're the only person that knows at 100% what makes you happy when you do this or when you don't do this. So that's one of the main things. Another thing is your peace, your space. That's big with me. After my last relationship, every relationship has its ups and downs, but I noticed what invades my peace, and I've become very, very protective of that. Like, anything that sparks us the wrong way, sometimes we tend to blow it off because we like a person, or we don't want to upset a person. But if something bothers you or something interrupts your peace, I feel like you should be able to speak on it and not get backlash. Even though people are going to have their opinion, but you should not feel bad about how you feel, because at the end of the day, it's how you feel. And you want people to affiliate themselves and really, befriend you for being you, not an image that you hold up, not faking it, not trying to be cool and be around somebody to make them happy. So if something bothers you, I feel like you should say something, because the more that you put it off and the more that you ignore it and fake it, eternally is going to damage you, and it's going to come out. And whether it build up and come out bad, or however it comes out, is going to come out, and the outcome may not be good. So I feel like you should speak on it and you should protect it. And if it's something that doesn't make you happy and invades your peace and privacy, I feel like you should cut it out, no matter what it is, who it is. It's something that you should just block out and say, I can do without this, because it really doesn't make me happy, and it puts me in a bad space. Another thing is self-value. I feel that a lot of us don't know the meaning of self-value. Like me, I value myself. I love myself a lot. Like, I know that no one is going to give me anything. And a lot of us feel like we need people to be there to give us. Yeah, having people around is good to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, you need to know that you have you. You're the only one that's going to get up and go. No one is going to give you a handout. No one is going to make sure you straight every day. They may check in on you, but you're your own person. And I feel like if you value yourself, people who don't value themselves will remove themselves from around you, and that contributes more to your happiness, because you don't need people around you that don't value themselves, because it's going to rub off. If you hanging with someone, or you be around someone every day and all they talk about is miserable, downing things, and the bottom line is they don't really value themselves, they don't have any motivation, like, you're going to become just like them. And that's not a good thing to have if you're trying to be positive, if you're trying to have self-value. And I've noticed that I tend to scare a lot of people away, because they hear the way that I talk, they hear what I want, and they see that I'm not just talking. They actually see the things that I do, and it bothers them because they're not there, or they can't make it happen. But it's like, I never talk down on one. I'm one of the most uplifting, positive people as far as when it comes to motivating somebody. But a lot of people just don't have that. And to me, I feel like anybody can have it if they take the time out and actually try. But a lot of people don't know what self-value is, and they don't try to exploit that. They make excuses, and that's not something that I've done. One thing I think is, I would say, a downside of me becoming self-value and with the self-love, because it's a downside to everything, and don't think that it's just negative, but I've become a little too content. Like, I'm so happy and content with myself that I know that I want a wife, I know that I want a family, I know I want kids, but the fact that I'm happy with where I'm at, and I know what I want and where I want to be, and that I'm not going to let no one interrupt that, it gets scary at times, because I feel like I can go now and never get in a relationship or never be with anybody else and be happy, because I value myself. I have self-love, something you can't buy. But like I say, I know what I want, and yes, I do want a wife, I do want a family, I do want, kids, I want that whole thing. So that's what I grew up around, that's what I want, that's what I believe in. But I'm happy with myself, and it makes the journey easier with finding that. You don't get discouraged, you don't get angry, you don't get frustrated, you don't go into depression because you seem like you can't find love or find somebody. You simply accept it. Hey, maybe they weren't for me, or they wasn't what I was on. When you explain what you're looking for and tell them, and they see how you move, certain people will slowly fade away. And it's because not that it's something wrong with you, but they realize that maybe they can't fulfill what you're looking for, or maybe they haven't got themselves together. And a lot of people don't know how to explain that. They don't know how to tell you that. They're not going to come out and say, well, I don't think I'm the one for you. You seem like you got your stuff together and I don't. And some people will. Hey, I'm still working on myself, and you got to commend those people. But it's not bad. You don't look at it bad. And when you value yourself, you'll know that, hey, whatever the reason was, I know it wasn't me, because I'm happy and I know what I want. And if they could fulfill that, and if they felt the same way I felt, then they would be around. So don't beat yourself up. Don't get upset when spending time with yourself, and getting to know yourself, becoming, very independent, becoming very happy. Because like I say, no one can make you happy. Only we can make ourselves happy. And I feel like, that's a topic that people don't talk about. That's a area that people don't focus in. We don't really value ourselves. We don't really love ourselves as much as we need. And we tend to let other people tell us what we need. We tend to let other people in our space and hurt us repeatedly and repeatedly till we come broken and we don't trust nobody. But if you spend that time with and get to know yourself and love yourself for you, then you will shut that down soon as the negativity come around, soon as anything that invades your peace, soon as something that you don't agree with, you'll go on about your way. You don't have to hate it, you don't have to lash out, but you will go on about your way. Hey, I don't agree with that. We can agree to disagree. And if you're friends, still be friends. And if not, you move on and go on about your life. And I feel like that's what a lot of us afraid to do. We get attached to people so quick that we don't want to lose no one. But everyone can't go with you. Everyone can't grow with you. Your self-love is your peace. It's your sanity. It's your health. So I feel that everyone should do that. Like I said, this is my first video, and I'm just brushing the surface. I have a lot of topics I want to speak on, but I feel that this will be a nice icebreaker for everyone. And I really want y'all feedback. I want y'all ideas. I want your thoughts. I want to know how you feel about the topic. I want to know what's your definition of self-love. And maybe we can have a discussion. I'm going to be going live sometimes, and we're going to have a lot of open discussions. Like, I really want to know how people feel and how people think. And, maybe we can change a few lives in the process, This your boy JT checking out my first video. Y'all be blessed, stay safe, and stay motivated. And self-love is everything. Remember that.